This is Sunny Bay Station. Sunny Bay is an MTR station in Yam-O. It is between Tongcheng and Qingyi stations. The station is an interchange station between the Tongcheng line and the Disneyland Resort line to the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. The station was originally to be named Yam-O. However, the name was ultimately replaced, likely because of its ominous connotations. Yam-O in Chinese means dark bay, so that's why it's terrible. It just sounds terrible, so that's why they just go with Sunny Bay after that, with the same pronunciation of the words as well. Slightly different, but it's very similar pronunciation. The station was the first MTR station to have automatic platform gates installed on the edge of its platforms. These gates range from half to 3/4 the height of the platform screen doors found in MTR stations. In line with ground level and above ground MTR stations, the Sunny Bay and Disneyland Resort line stations are not air conditioned and rely on their open architecture to keep the temperature low. Services to the station commenced on June 1st, 2005. The transfer facilities to the Disneyland Resort line opened on August 1st that year. The livery of the station is slate gray. Platforms 1, Tongcheng line towards Tongcheng, and Platform 3, Disneyland Resort line, are located opposite of each other to allow easy cross-platform interchange for passengers traveling from the city. Architecture firm AIDAS was the architect for the Disneyland Resort line and also for the Sunny Bay and Disneyland Resort lines, Sunny Bay and Disneyland Resort stations. The station is primarily used by tourists traveling to Hong Kong Disneyland who use the station to interchange from the Tongcheng line onto the Disneyland Resort line, but also provides bus transport links to the Hong Kong Zhuhai-Macau Bridge Port and Discovery Bay. The Airport Express passes through the center of the station without stopping. This station is equipped with emergency platforms for the Airport Express. The Tongcheng line began operations on June 22, 1998, shortly followed by the Airport Express 2 weeks later on said July 6th. However, Sunny Bay Station was not built at that time. On June 1st, 2005, in order to prepare for the opening of the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, Sunny Bay Station was opened initially for the staff of the resort. 2 months later, on August 1st, 2005, Disneyland Resort line also opened to the public. Passengers traveling from Hong Kong can disembark and board Disneyland Resort line trains departing from the opposite platform. Unfortunately, when you're returning, you have to cross a sky bridge to reach the Hong Kong-bound platform from Disneyland Resort line. There's one exit for Sunny Bay Station, which is directly located side next to Platform 2, right here. Situated in reclaimed land near Yam-O, the area is uninhabited, and the sole exit leads to an emergency car park and the transport interchange. As of 2005, the interchange is solely used by residents of Discovery Bay as the only bus routes run from the interchange to Discovery Bay. And as of 2018, local passengers use the station in order to change for the border route City Bus Route B5 in order to change and reach the Hong Kong Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, Hong Kong Port, to change for those buses to go across the border to Macau and Zhuhai, respectively. Here we are at Sunny Bay Station. Probably one of the stations that looks most like a station in Perth because there's literally nothing around here. Yes, I'm not even joking this time. Nothing is around here. Literally nothing. Okay, nothing. The only thing that Sunny Bay does is for you to change the Disneyland Resort line and do buses here. Yes, and then the car park's all the way back there. That's not part of MTR property, so it's just a car park. Random toilet right there. That's a public facility, not part of MTR. The station has toilets, but it's inside the station, of course. Behind the station, you can see buses. That's Qingma. That's the Lantau Link Highway, Lantau Highway. A train coming in here. That's for the buses to run. Buses does not stop at Sunny Bay at all because it's not part of the highway. So that's why I need to go and pull my sleeves a little bit. Hang on, sorry about that. There we go. And here we are, have the buses, which is for basically tourists. Yes, you basically, as soon as you come out here, it's nothing. It's just an ocean right out here, which you can look across and adore the scenes of Tuen Mun across the river, across the waters. That's it. Or you can do cycling activities along the coast here, which is actually a very, very fun activity. But there are no cycling rentals around here, so you need to have your own bikes, which is a fun thing to do if you want to bike all the way to Tongcheng, which is a long way. But yes, the Tongcheng Line trains run like 120 kilometers per hour, and it takes 7 minutes for them to get to Tongcheng for the trains. So that's why it would take you a long time to get over there with bike. It's like 14 kilometers if you just do the maths, I think. Actually, no, that's stupid. So 120 kilometers per hour. So yes, 14, because with this 1 hour, that means 60 minutes, they will run 120 kilometers, 60 minutes. That means it will be 2 minutes per kilometer. So if it's like 7 to 8 minutes, so it's around 14 to 15, 16 kilometers to get to Tongcheng. Okay, which is a lot. And here we are, let's talk about the buses. These guys are going ready to go across the border with the luggage. We have route B5 by City Bus. It has, of course, resumed full-day service after COVID period has ended. During COVID periods, only like 3 services every day for B5, which is terrible. But even if you don't want to take from Sunny Bay Station, which is actually the cheapest way to do it, you can just take directly from the city A routes. Yes, you have to take A routes, the City Flyer A routes or the Longwind A routes. The E routes does not go to the Zhuhai-Macau Bridgeport. So if you want to just take buses directly from the city, you have to take an A route, which is so expensive. So rather you take here and then change to the B5. I don't know how expensive is B5, but definitely should be cheaper if you do this way, then take B5, then just take an A route directly from the city. A route is also very inefficient because it depends on what A route you're taking. Some A routes doesn't go to the port, just goes to the airport and doesn't go to the port. Some will go to the airport first before it loops back to the Macau Bridgeport. So, and while some of the long wind routes will go to Zhuhai-Macau Bridgeport first, then go to the airport. So you need to check which bus you're taking. And here we are, we have a private bus charter. I don't know whether it's private or not, but this is buses that is operated by Discovery Bay themselves. We have 2 routes here that connects with Sunny Bay, and we have 1 route I think connects with Tongcheng, which we have the 1 route here, DB03R. This one is for Discovery Bay Plaza, and we have DB03P at the back for the main area of Discovery Bay. They mainly use manned buses. This is a double-decker and a single-decker manned bus just left. They do use Volvo B90Ls. I've seen it quite a few times, but that guy's going layover first before he comes back and pick these guys up. You see how many people are taking to Discovery Bay. For Discovery Bay, you can also go ahead and take ferries directly from Central Ferry Piers directly to Discovery Bay, but that's a little bit more expensive probably than this way. But that's basically all Sunny Bay Station outside here. It's pretty nice if the sky is clear, but not clear at all today. Not gonna walk out there. There's a lot of construction things going on right now. But this is Sunny Bay Station. Let's enter the gates. It is quite expensive to get out from Sunny Bay Station, but it's not as expensive as getting out from Tongcheng. So that's why it's not too bad. Let's walk inside. Now there are still some construction outside here, which is affecting the exterior of the station. Originally, it actually looks very, very pretty, but it's okay. Because inside the station is definitely one of the prettiest stations on the entire Uptown network. Alright, so let's enter the gates. We have a K train just arrived. That's the one and only K train for the whole day, actually, off peak. So I've spotted every single train, so we did saw this K train during one of the clips, so you can check those out after we went through the whole station. So since this is the one and only exit A, since you enter from here, you will reach the Hong Kong bound, city bound platform 2 platform over here. K train here. Alright, let's enter. It cost me $15 already earlier on to get out, that I boarded from East Tsim Sha Tsui. And you can see Sky Bridge up there. Yes, this is the only way for you to get. Okay, wow, this guy closes so fast here. Set 13. We'll send them out first while we talk about the footbridge. You can see one sky bridge there and another sky bridge over there. That's basically the two ends of the platform. Which these will lead you directly to where Disneyland Resort Line is, at the front and at the back of the train. Airport Express running at the back. We'll show you more about the Airport Express Line track. Very clearly you can see the tracks when we go up to the high sky bridge. So I'm just waiting for this guy to go. What the hell? Alright, there he goes. That's basically the front of the platform. We have the lifts back there. They're actually very decently. There are 2 lifts for both platforms. Yes, one at the front and one at the back. So there are 4 lifts in the station in total, which is very awesome. So let's go ahead and go over now. Unfortunately, this is actually a downwards escalator. So yes, I will take the lift actually. You can see the outside is the Tongcheng bound and the Disneyland Resort Line train over there for platform 3. We have to walk the sky bridge to get over there. So let's just go ahead and go there. Which the lift is back here with a very, very hidden spot. And the DB03 are ready to go. Boarding passengers. Alright, let's see the lift here. Anyone's taking it? Probably should be... I'm just kidding, it's down, it's up top. Let's just wait for it to come down. I have filmed all of the lifts, so you can check that video out. Alright, as soon as you come up, you can see the whole pretty views of Sunny Bay with the ocean back there. Apparently the focus completely died there, but here we go. See all the way through the ocean views. Across is Tuen Mun. And the bus terminus, literally no routes there, just B5. So B5 is only like 3 stops because it's an express route. Runs what, like the return trip from Zhuhai Macau Bridgeport is 1 stop. So it's just 1 stop from basically 2 stops and they're just terminized. While we go over, it actually need to stop at the clearing platform, the clearing stop for the people to get off to do the departure things at the immigrations, and then they need to go back down to terminate at the arrival port. So that's why there are more stops when you go towards the Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge direction for B5. But when you come back, they just board people at the arrival port and just go straight out. So, and after you walk the sky bridge, which is a very, very basic sky bridge. And let's go and take a look at the tracks. Here we are, the A train is departing here, Tongcheng Line, and you can see all of the tracks right here. Very, very decent spots to spot trains. This is the Tongcheng bound, airport bound for the Airport Express, run straight through. Hong Kong bound for Airport Express, and the Tongcheng Line Hong Kong bound right there. So this is the only spot for the Airport Express line to actually run ahead of the Tongcheng Line trains. Because up past this point towards the city direction is same track between Tongcheng Line and Airport Express on Tsing Ma Bridge. So they need a spot after crossing Tsing Ma Bridge to run ahead of the Tongcheng Line trains. So, but as soon as you run through, the same tracks actually continue at the front until before it hits Tongcheng, the Airport Express line will go to airport instead of going down to Tongcheng. So what a pretty shot. And this is the main side of the building, also very, very beautiful. Let's head down now. Now I've spotted all of the trains during morning rush hours. Now it's like around 3:30 already, so it's like way past morning rush hours. But yes, I'm here walking through the station right now because it's a little bit less people than in the morning. Okay, so this is the one side of the sky bridge. And of course we have the other side sky bridge. You can see the stuff over there. Okay, so let's go down. This is usually what you do when you get off from the city. You get off from the Tongcheng bound platform, walk straight over to Disneyland bound. Which, if I'm just on my own, I'm never going to Disneyland because how many people there are? Ridiculous amount today. Because I think it's the first day of Chinese New Year. But you see, like, even this period of time, like 3:30, there's still so many people going in. What the hell? Now, during morning rush hours, it was running 2 trains. So one was was a normal train, and the other one was a theme train, which you will see the theme train later on. But unfortunately, the theme train was taken out of service for off after finishing rush hours. So unfortunately, for peak hours, it's just the normal basic Disneyland Resort Line M train running for the off-peak periods, which is boring. But here we are. Now these are the ridiculous platform gates that's so not tall at all. Here's the Disneyland Resort Line. The same dude. Wow. There was a staff on this platform since starting of morning rush hours, and that guy is still here right now. What the hell? Has been standing there for like the whole time. This is the, oh my gosh, look at this building. Very cool with some, I don't know whether these are real trees, but I think it is real trees inside the station platform. What a shot. The one and only exit, and that's the other side of the building. And then here's the platform. You might see another Airport Express, but we did see some Airport Express trains when we were exploring trains earlier on, so you will see those clips later on. Chongqing bound, very, very pretty. And I just really like this area. With natural wind coming in, it's not too cold and not too hot today. Very nice weather, although the sky is not that great. Terrible frequency for off-peak for Disneyland Resort Lines, like around 10 minutes per train because of one track running back and forth. But this is the cross-platform interchange. What you to do. And then after the rush hours, one of the trains will terminate here for Disneyland Resort Line and will run back to the splitting track at the front in the middle of the whole line to park there. Yes. And then one train will basically run on one single track to run back and forth the entire day until rush hours comes back. After the end of the day, of course, they need to go back to the depot, which for the Disneyland Resort Line trains, they are also just terminating and situated at Silhoan Depot. So at nighttime, after services ends, you can still see the very cool scene of the Disneyland Resort Line actually going this way, bind with the main track of Dongchong Line to go back to Silhoan Depot, which is manually driven at that time, which is a very, very cool scene to do, but it's midnight, so. Or you do at 5 something in the early morning to come here and spot the trains coming from the depot and entering this side of the platform to enter, which of course you won't see very, very common, because always it just comes that way and then goes and then go back, so that's why. But handstand bank here inside the gates, one random one, I didn't even see it. The toilet is at the front, at the edge of the platform. But that's basically it. That's it for Sunny Bay Station. This is probably one of the stations that Perth viewers will probably like the most because it just looks like a Perth station. A Perth, Trans-Perth network station or any Australian style station. It's just no platform gates, of course. But it's very, very basic design. No shops in the station because it's not even meant to be a station. If there are like no buses, there are basically no exits for the station. It's just for you to interchange. But that exit is really nice because it really helps ease out some of the transport options to go to some other places. Basically, the big thing with this station is just the area. I really, really, really enjoyed Sunny Bay Station's environment and vibes in here. In the middle of nowhere, we got like an oasis with a station here. It's such a big station too, in the middle of nowhere here. Literally in the middle of nowhere. It serves nothing, but it does give you the perfect spot. Not like a very crowded spot, another Airport Express. Not a very crowded spot for you to go to Disneyland. Which there's definitely enough space to do so. And then Airport Express can have the tracks running through in the middle, which is exactly what this station is for. And perfect timing with the Disneyland Resort Line. I heard it's driving in out. There it is. Number 1. Yes, that's the boring train for the whole day, which is just a basic train, which is really boring. I really prefer to run the theme train the entire day, then everyone can experience it. But it serves nothing, and then the music playing in the background is actually also nice. Now, it's nice that it actually just like gives you a very relaxing time with the music playing in the background. Don't run the A trains. But one bad thing is when I record, I hope this thing doesn't give me a copyright because the music does play a little bit loud. So, but Sunny Bay Station. One bad thing that I don't like is just because no shops and it serves nothing. But it's just way too pretty to give it a low score. I'll give Sunny Bay Station. This is my top 3 favorite station on the entire M-Town network. First is Hin Kang, then followed by my local station Hong Ham. This is number 3, Sunny Bay. I'll give Sunny Bay a 4.5 out of 5. Let's spot some trains.
往東涌列車會喺4分鐘後到達。前往東涌的列車會在4分鐘後到達。The train to Tongchong will arrive. 請不要靠近闸門。Please stand back from the platform gates. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted by the music. And also perfect, you can hear the A-Train's motors and also how banging the doors are. You can definitely hear it now. But these musics can really get my video copyrighted, like in the Disneyland Resort Line video. I mean the Disneyland Resort Station video that I did last time. Okay, no announcements again. Oh, I'm missing sticker. Nice. What number is this? I really want to show the whole train entering, but we'll do it next train. Train 6 here. Oh, for sure, door bangings. Airport Express behind. You can hear how loud it is because this is in the Lantau. Oh my gosh, the amount of people going to Disneyland. This is like morning rush hours right now, 10:30 around there. So, oh my gosh. There are so many tourists. Most of them are tourists because of Hong Kong people should be going to school with their kids, so they should not be going to anywhere. Door bangings, here coming. Oh, not really actually for this set. What the hell? Alright, next clip I will get the train in, okay. Like considering in the Lantau right here, there's literally nothing around here. You can definitely hear everything clearly here. Alright, I told you I was gonna get the train this time, so here we go. Now the thing is with Sunny Bay Station, they actually enter the station very slowly for the trains because of this. The tracks literally just splits with the Airport Express line track right in front of the station, so of course it's slow. Because it is slow down with splitting track, but since they slow down, they're already entering the station, so what's the point of actually speeding back up? Just slowly but surely enter and line it up properly. That's so many people. Unfortunately, Disneyland Resort Line is only one train right now running because it's already counted as off-peak. So, one train. Terrible. Set 10 here. Oh my gosh, here we go. Like literally, like there are always a lot of people using Sunny Bay considering this station like literally serves nothing around the area. It's just for people to change to Disneyland Resort Line. Like people are not even getting off. I mean, people are not even getting out of the station. They're just getting off to change to Disneyland Resort Line. And off the M train is so packed over there. Is it 2 trains running? I think it's 2 trains running. Okay, good. At least it's still 2 trains running. That's great. Yes, it is 2 trains running. That's so fast the train is. Okay, it is 2 trains running.
Oh, but unfortunately, one of the trains has a special theme, but the other train does not. Oh, that's kind of sucks actually. Then people didn't get that themed train, then it's gonna be a little bit annoying. Then they're gonna get a little bit annoyed when they actually know that the other train is themed. Okay, so far no luck with the K trains. Every single train is an A train so far. Okay, I literally said in previous some of the videos saying Chongqing Line they use a lot of K trains recently. No, not today. 4 A trains right now. Not 4 or 5 because I took one more in before that. Still so many people. These guys are already very late and they want to go into Disneyland. It's already almost 11 o'clock. Set 9. That's one of the downsides of the interchange because after they come back out from Disneyland, they just thought that they could board right here to go back to the city. No, you need to walk over. Which is a little bit annoying, but at least all these guys can get the cross-platform interchange. Which is, yeah, I guess. But at the end of the day, literally everyone needs to walk over. Okay, that's so many people. Why not walk over there? That's also one of the paths you can walk. What the hell? Ooh, smell. Not too banging. Airport Express driving through so slowly because they need to slow down. The Chongqing Line bound for Hong Kong just departed, so it cannot run right express because of the train. There it goes, set number 3 over there. And here's another A train for Chongqing Line. There's still so many people going to Disneyland though, what the hell. Now there is a group of people right here. They are ready to get out and probably take a B5 over to sunny Zhuhai Macau Bridgeport. That's the fastest way to get to the Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridgeport to go across the border to Macau or Zhuhai of China. Okay. Oh. Jesus Christ. These A trains, dude. Okay, still not a single K train. Let's see if I can get a K train for off peak. It's just using all A trains today. The thing is, like, filming at this station, literally no one cares because
Oh. Already a different train, huh? Set 4. Nice. Okay, so I thought at least we're gonna get one of the same trains I spotted for the Tongchong bound, but apparently not. Banging doors, oh my gosh, oh! So banging, oh my gosh. Airport Express on the outside. Well, completely blocked the Airport Express train. And another Airport Express. Set 2. For these trains, I won't type in the numbers into the description. I mean, into the captions and subtitles. Okay, this is the problem we have here. So many people here. Here comes our A train. Now we do have a K train later on, so we can do that later on. Let's check set 5. Okay. They almost all sort of sets. I rarely see they use set 5 actually. Wow, that's a terrible stopping spot. A train. Now they have increased the speed of the door closing of the A trains. Before in the past, like a lot of variety of door closing speed for the A trains. Some of them actually have the whole platform doors or gates closed first before the doors start to actually move. But now most of them has swapped their speed. Just door closing. What the? What the hell? Is it waiting for a signal? And I believe the one and only K train for the day of off-peak here. Here we are, K train. They might have taken the frozen train off the peak, taken out the frozen train. So I'm not seeing the frozen train again. Now I've spotted the Disneyland Resort Line clips, so you will see it after this, just 2 clips. So I've spotted both of the trains, but I think for off-peak they should have already removed the frozen train. I'm not seeing it at all on the outside right now. Damn. So unfortunate. Now, the edit is literally just like 1 second, but it has been 2 hours since the last train. I went back out to meet Henry, and I come back in to do this. What the hell? Ugh, terrible stopping spots. So it's been a while since my last clip. But it's kind of weird because I did platform 1 and 3 together in the morning rush hours, and I did platform 2 halfway, and I need to leave. And this is the remaining 2 trains I'm spotting for the clips. So, well, we have confirmed off-peak. They are using train number 1 for Disneyland Resort Line, which is not the Frozen train, which is unfortunate. During peak, they're using 1 and 3. Number 3 is the Frozen themed train, which you will see later on, which is very, very cool. But they're not using it for off-peak, which is unfortunate. Terrible. You look at how bad the stopping spot is. Now I know this is the last door, but you look at some of the other doors, it's also not great. You see? You see? Not great. Okay? It's just because of the last door is always a little bit narrower, so ended up always just having like this, which is terrible. So this is still the regular old train, no special themes with it. The other train for the day has a special theme, which hopefully they're still running it, because right now it seems pretty good. The timetable is still running 2 trains instead of actually just 1. Whole car, no one on it. Wow. So this is the normal regular train, literally nothing in here, no themes whatsoever, all the good old Mickey Mouse theme. But the other train, it is themed, so we can hopefully get that train later on. Tongsheng Line train has arrived. Let's wait for the guys to board first.
Platform gates.
That's why I'm not going into Disneyland. I'll go into Disneyland probably off peak just to do a journey, but because I want to take the Frozen train. Hopefully they run the Frozen train whole day. If they don't run it, then it's going to be annoying. Yes, the other train I was spoiled. There's a Frozen train. Yes, because of Hong Kong Disneyland recently introduced a new area inside the theme park, which is a Frozen ride. Frozen for the animation, the cartoon Frozen. So one of the trains, the next train, if it's still running, yes, it is still running. So the next train will be the Frozen themed train, which is cool. Airport Express, there it goes. That is set number 12. I think I saw it. Here's the theme train with the Frozen theme on it. Perfect. No one is at the front door here, so I just board. And a lot of people at the back, so we'll just shoot through because the Tongcheng train is arriving. So as soon as the Tongcheng train arrives, that's like packed. So that's why I want to board the train to shot the whole Frozen theme. You see right there, the stickers on it, which makes it a little bit weird because it's basically a Mickey train and they put in Frozen theme on it. Okay, so here's the Frozen theme. And the whole train just basically stickers on it, just having a Frozen theme on it. Hopefully I can film a journey with this train later on.